The village of Cumberland. This is Go Island. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are outside the Cumberland Cultural Centre, which is right beside their museum. And then across the road, we have the fire hall, the brand new council chambers that we're going to get a sneak peek of with Mayor Leslie Baird. That's coming up later in the show, which is beside the village office, which is beside the Cumberland Community Center, Community Recreation Center. Great big place where they have all kinds of activities going on. Now, here in Cumberland, it seems a little sleepy town, but it isn't. You know what? Underneath the surface, there's all kinds of really cool things happening, and the mayor's going to tell us all about it later in the show. Coming up first, this from right here in the Comox Valley. This is the current location of the Cumberland Fire Hall, right on the main drag. But coming up in the next few years, there's going to be a brand new fire hall for the village of Cumberland. There is some very exciting stuff going on here. And we're going to have a look at the story from Campbell River, and coming up right after that, Mayor Leslie Baird. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are here in the council chambers, the brand new council chambers here in the village of Cumberland. Joining me is Mayor Leslie Baird. You were acclaimed. And yes, you've told me it's the second time you've been acclaimed.
Yes, it is.
That's
it's quite an honor.
Now, how many years have you actually been on council?
25 years this year. Yes.
Wow.
So I was young when I started.
Very young, 12. So what does the next 4 years look like for you and this council?
I think it's very exciting 4 years coming up. We have so many plans that we have completed master plans, and now we get to implement those master plans.
Great.
And that's the exciting part, to actually see things that you've planned for coming through.
Now, this new council chamber is lovely. When did this come about?
When we were working with staff, there was a realization that the present chambers was getting too small, the area for the staff, and we need to make some changes. And at the time, this was used by a preschool. And so they changed their location, so we decided to come in here.
Nice.
And it's certainly made a nice addition to the village.
It's nice and bright, and it's lovely, and I love the historic wall here with all the photographs.
Yes, all the previous mayors, and the ones on the bottom are Citizens of the Year.
Oh, great.
Now, sorry, they were not Citizens of the Year, but they were, what do they call them? Freemen of the Village, yes.
Freemen of the Village, all right. Now, when was Cumberland established, like the village?
In the 1800s.
1800s.
Yes, okay. We have celebrated our 100th birthday about, it was 1898.
Oh!
When it was incorporated.
So you're way older than Courtney.
Yes, we are.
You're the big sister.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's awesome. Now, with council, you've got some new faces on council. Mm-hmm. How are they settling in?
Very well.
Are they?
Actually, it was very interesting the last council meeting. One of our senior councillors wasn't there, so they stepped right up into the position and did very well.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Now, it's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
Did they know how much work they were getting into?
Honestly, I don't think anybody does. The amount of reading and the background information, yes, yes. And also a lot of commitments, invitations that we get invited to many events throughout the year. Mm-hmm. So.
What's been the most challenging thing so far? I mean, I realize you're only 2.5 months into it, but what's been the most challenging thing? Or is it really just moving along quite smoothly?
It's actually moving very smoothly. We had our strategic priorities meeting workshop. Okay. And we have a plan now for this council. Oh, of course, there are some things on the strategic plans left over from the previous, like sewer and water and roads. But there was some new additions from the new members of council. So it's coming along very well.
Now, one of the things that I notice when you come into Cumberland is there's a lot of really interesting new growth. There is the Update Company, there's the Dark Side Chocolatier and Rusty Rooster and the Patch and the brewery and moose tracks?
Wandering Moose.
Wandering Moose, that's what it was. Moose tracks. And like, that's pretty exciting. And they're all under 40, it seems.
Well, the average age in Cumberland is 38.
What?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes, it is.
That's young.
It is very young. We're not the norm to many communities
Not
in
at
British
all.
Columbia. Yes.
You are not a retirement community, that's for sure.
No, and there's definite advantages to that.
There definitely is. That's
Yes.
awesome. Okay, if you can hang tough with us, we're going to take a short break, but we'll come right back and we'll talk a bit more. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. I'm here in Cumberland, right in the council chambers with Mayor Leslie Baird. Now, before the break, we were talking about all the new development. Let's talk a little bit farther about that, because you've got a library that is phenomenal.
It's amazing. I get invited every once in a while to the literacy program that they have there. Okay. And the children, you can't move for little ones. It's amazing.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Now, you were talking about a change in your schools. So what has happened with your schools?
The two schools, the junior high and the elementary school, have amalgamated together. We decommissioned the road so it could be a campus. And it's working out very well with the children, yes.
So that's already taken place, like
yes.
the road is now closed, and now is the road going to be turned into grass?
They've got a park there with playground equipment.
Oh, well, we're going to have to go check that out.
Yes.
That is so great. Really cool. So you guys don't only just talk about things, you make things happen.
We certainly do. We like to make things happen. That's the whole plan of this.
Now, speaking about making things happen, I see behind you a new Village of Cumberland sign that's up for discussion.
Yes, we actually discussed it at council on Monday night, and we put it on, had a resident here put it on Facebook. So we've created a lot of discussion, and we're looking at that discussion before the decision is made as to what actually will be put on the sign and what it says.
Now, the picture I saw on Facebook was quite brown. It wasn't this red. I actually prefer the red over the brown.
There's
if you're
many,
looking for opinions.
We are, and we've had many. Some we can do something about, some we can't. But I certainly appreciate the feedback that we are getting. We're also going to be putting it in various locations in the community because there are people that do not go to social media.
Correct. Yeah, that they don't have, and some still don't have access to internet by choice. But at the library, they can check it out at the library.
Oh yes,
because they have computers there for people to come by and use.
Yes.
Now, what's the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to in the next 4 years?
Well, we're redoing the entrance to the village and putting bike lanes in.
Oh.
And we're actually starting that work this year. The geotech's been done and the engineering is being done.
That's awesome.
So it will be a new entranceway from Union Road into Bevan Road.
Wow, phenomenal.
Yes.
Now, I understand that there's been quite a bit of discussion and a request made around CVEDS, Comox Valley Economic Development Society. So what brought that to that point?
The election, it was an election issue this year, and there had been discussions for a number of years about leaving CVEDS, and finally the council felt that it was time to make that request. So it's in the hands of the minister to make the decision.
So what is that process?
We wrote a letter to the minister and to all the other municipalities and regional districts that are involved in the service, and let them know that we were asking to be withdrawn, and that the minister is to make that decision or that recommendation. So we're waiting for that.
And which minister does it go to?
Corley Oakes, minister.
Oh, okay. And what ministry is that that it falls under?
Community, Minister of Community.
Oh, okay. All right, interesting. So
she has a long title.
Okay, so when do you expect to hear back from her?
There's no time frame.
Oh, okay. Have you had a phone call from her or anything?
The staff have.
Oh, they have?
Yes.
Oh, okay, interesting. Now, your staff is quite young as well.
Yes, they are.
Cumberland's a youthful place. It's pretty, 38 is the average age?
Yes.
Sorry, I just can't get over that point, 38, because that's by far the youngest of any other municipality in the area.
Yes, and they come for the outdoor recreation and the way of life,
Right.
and that's what they focus on. We have a wonderful trail system here, and I went to a UROC meeting, and they say they're averaging approximately 180 bikes a day.
Wow.
On the trail system.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, Leslie, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to chat with us and bring us up to speed. We're trying to get around to all the mayors in our viewing area, and it's really great to hear what the mayors have on their plates for the next 4 years, and we'll check in with you in a year and see how far you've gotten.
Okay, that sounds great.
And good luck with the sign. That's going to be pretty interesting.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. We're on location in Cumberland. I'm right outside the Cumberland Museum and Archives. They have so many programs going on. They just finished having their Heritage Fair about a couple of weeks ago. They've got more stuff coming up in the spring. Check out their website because they also have a new website. And they are offering programs on a regular basis for kids and people to be involved in. They've got some really neat stuff going on in that museum. So it's definitely a place that you want to check out on a Saturday. You didn't have anything to do. Come on down, have a look. And it's very historic. Cumberland was founded in 1898. So they are actually 17 years older than Courtenay. That's kind of cool because Courtenay, of course, is celebrating their centennial this year. And Cumberland celebrated theirs way back in 1998, so they're way older than Courtenay. Now, thank you very much to Leslie Baird to bring us up to speed on all of the things happening. So go, if you have the internet, check out the Facebook page where they have posted pictures of the proposed new sign that's going to be out on the highway. And you can offer up your comments. And if you don't have the internet, then you can come down here to the library or to the village office and you can see the sign, proposed sign in person and leave your comments with staff. So please do that. This is a democracy. They're offering it up for people to say what they think and feel and what they'd like to see. That's a really great thing to do. So we're going to have a look at this story, but we will be right back. In the early 1900s, Cumberland was the cultural hub of the Comox Valley. They had their own opera house. It was built in 1914, and then after it burned down in 1932, they rebuilt it, and then it continued to show films all the way until 1957. The last film was with James Cagney and Barbara Stanwyck. So it's a beautiful old building, and I understand that there is some movement afoot to rejuvenate it, but there will be more to that come on that in the future. Having a hard time talking. It is Monday morning after all. Now, one of the great things about Cumberland is all the little boutique shopping that you can do. They of course have the Patch, and they have the Chocolatier store, and they have the Rusty Rooster, and there's all kinds of things that way, along with the new library, which is phenomenal. So thank you again to Mayor Leslie Baird for all of her informative comments about all of the things happening in Cumberland. And now we're going to have a look at the story from where are we going to go to now? Let's go to Powell River. Go Island has been on location today in Cumberland, the village of Cumberland, and our guest was, of course, the Mayor Leslie Baird, acclaimed second time in a row in her 25th year of serving in the public service. Amazing. Now, this is what she was talking about, the road between the two schools. This was secondary school over here, and the elementary school is there beyond those trees, lovely trees. This road has been closed. They've created this lovely landscaping in between, and they've got the playground now. They've got a bike rack all the way down there. It's really phenomenal. I don't know if you can see all of this, but they've done a spectacular job creating a campus. So thank you so much for watching Go Island today, and thank you to Mayor Leslie Baird for joining us. It has been a phenomenal time to learn all about the things that are happening here. And I like the fact that they've already got their master plans in place, and now is the fun part. They get to implement them. So have a great week, and we will see you on Wednesday.